Did you know you're born with all the eggs you'll ever have? Hi, I'm Dr. Jen.
And I'm Dr. Remy.
And we're both co-founders of Niara Health, a women's health education platform.
So it might be shocking to hear that you're born with all the eggs you'll ever have. But when you're formed as an embryo in your mother's womb, your eggs and your ovaries develop at that stage. And at that stage, they become arrested and quiet until you start your period, so the menstrual cycle.
We actually have the highest number of eggs when we're still in the womb. So when we're about 20 weeks, so 5 months inside our mum's womb, we have the highest number of eggs. It slowly goes down up until the time that we're born, like as Remy said, where it gets arrested.
Most women are likely to start their periods before the age of 15. If the period starts before the age of 8, we believe that this is really early on and we call this a precocious puberty. But for all intents and purposes of this video, we'll speak about people who have their periods sort of at the expected age.
So why do we have periods?
So every month, these tiny little follicles within the ovaries start to grow, and a cluster of them will grow together. One egg takes the lead and suddenly becomes big enough to form with a sperm and become an embryo. And what happens is your body is preparing a nice cushion within the womb for this embryo to take hold, and alas, it doesn't happen. The lining of the womb sheds and you have a period.
This happens almost on a monthly basis. So these cluster of follicles, the ones that don't grow big enough to become the selected egg, die away. It's only one egg that will make it. This is why the number of eggs we have as women decline on a monthly basis. This doesn't change even if you're on contraception. The only thing that does change is that one egg doesn't grow big enough to be released.
And so what you might find when you Google what is the average period length or cycle length, which is actually the right term, is that it will say anywhere between 21 days and 35 days, you are expected to go through your cycle, right? You're expected to have a bleed. And what we find is that this is a rough figure because no one really knows. There's just not been enough research into women's health. And the 28-day figure that we were always sold, we're getting new evidence that that's not accurate for most women. If you are having a period, however, between 21 to 35 days, it is reassuring enough that you are ovulating and therefore should be able to get pregnant.
Exactly. If you notice that your periods are outside of this range, then you may not be ovulating, and if you're trying to conceive, then it's best to consult with your doctor.
There are obviously many other reasons why couples don't conceive, but this is just the basics for your own understanding. So we know that on the rise nowadays, women are wanting to know their egg count, their egg reserve, and actually knowing that you've got a fairly regular cycle can be quite reassuring that you are ovulating month on month. However, it doesn't account for all the other stuff that could go wrong.
Absolutely. Having a regular cycle is a great indicator of ovulation.
So sometimes when we see women in the clinic, they don't know when their last period was, they don't know how often their cycles are, and we strongly recommend that you keep a diary. There are many apps nowadays that you can use where you can keep an eye on your periods, and then you can kind of notice subtle changes which might prompt you to seek help quicker.
Exactly. So how do I even track my periods? So we consider day 1 of your period the first day that you start bleeding. What we want to know is how many days do you bleed for and how heavy it is during that time. We will have another video talking about what it means to have a heavy period. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments down below.
Also, please like the video and subscribe and share it amongst your networks. If you would love to see a lot more of our health content, please visit our Instagram page and the link is down below. Bye.
Bye.